Hey everybody, welcome to a GrooveKart session this week. Hey, listen, we had a few technical issues just in the background, so we weren't able to stream live straight away. So we fixed it. Karen sorted it out. Karen, my PD, she's awesome. So we've fixed it. But just in case, give me a 1 in the comments in the chat, and let me know if you can hear me. That would be good, because I just really want to confirm, or you can see me and hear me. I just want to confirm that you guys are actually seeing me. Not sure. Okay, I don't see any ones yet. Karen, I don't know if you can see any. Oh, yes. Okay, Tyra. Thank you very much, Tyra. And thank you for being here. So at least I know now that you can see me and you can hear me. All right, so we're going to kick into it, because this is all about, as you know, it's going to be about the updates. Now, I know Max Rovanov and Robin Murray, as well as John Garcia, they did some updates earlier today on the, and I think it was live on the YouTube. And so they covered a couple of things about Groove. Some of those updates, as they probably mentioned, but in their live, was that some of these updates were actually probably a little bit older. They've been there for a wee while, but they've decided to let everybody know, because not everybody knows all the little updates that have been going on in the background. I've been sort of keeping an eye on them myself anyway, almost on a daily basis, just to make sure that things are, any new stuff that's coming along. So I have got a little bit of different information to what they've given today. The one thing that they did actually go over, which I'll cover, is the ability now to actually do print on demand books. Now, there's hardcover books. So if you want to do print on demand magazines or photography books, or journals, or a whole range of different things, now you can do it through GrooveKart and integrate with Lulu and start selling off on your GrooveKart site. So you can make a site specifically for books, or you can write your own books and sell them as hardcover copies as well as ebooks as well. So there's that option there too. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, and let's have a look first who's in there. So Tyra, awesome for you being here. Kit, good to see you here. Obviously, you and I, we had an earlier conversation. So great to see you on there. You did say you want to come on. Sorry, I forgot to send you the link, but you obviously found it. Now, I'm just going to share my screen. And where is it? Okay. Right, so turn that on. There you go. It just switched off on me, Karen, and came back again. Okay, cool. So here we are. I'm in my dashboard. Obviously, when you log into your Groove account, you're going to come to your main dashboard of Groove, and you need to, like in this instance, we need to get to GrooveKart. Now, there's two ways of getting there. You've got the menu up here with all the different features or apps, and then you also go, if you hover over the G, you can come down here and you can select it here. I'm just going to select it here. We get to the GrooveKart gallery, if you like. I like to call it like the store gallery, because this is where you can put all your stores, right? And as you can see, I've got a few stores here. Some of them are mine, but there's a lot that are actually for clients as well. So I, as most of you would know, that my business is web design and digital marketing. And, I've got a lot of local businesses that I deal with, and I encourage them to diversify when it comes to their business, and maybe add a e-commerce component to their business. So, and a lot of them are moving towards that, because they may have some products or services that they want to sell while they sleep. Okay. So, it just means that people can can go on your site and purchase your products, or sign up for your services while you're sleeping. Isn't that a good thing? So even if you're a brick and mortar, you still can actually do business 24/7. Anyway, look, I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose one of these sites, and I will probably go into go to buy now. Now, when you get into the store, you'll come to the dashboard, and in there you will see all the different, I guess, like some of the things that you need to set up. They should be all ticked if you've got your site ready to go and set up. As you can see, this one is in, but this is going to be just purely for demo purposes anyway. But you can see here, I've got my domain assigned and I've got my legal pages done. I just need to start going through some of the store details and shipping and international settings, taxes, payment, and then I'll install. So that's kind of process. When you go through all this, you're gonna be able to, once you've completed each section, it will just automatically tick itself. All right. Okay. Now, in the interest of what I was talking about before, this is all about updates, and so some of the updates that have come about really in here is that when you go into a product, and say for instance you want to, and this was actually done in today's session with John Garcia and Max Rovanov with regards to what they covered, and one of them is the custom field. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to get to there. But the custom field, it allows you to add, say for instance, if you have a print on demand site, and your customer wants to actually say get a t-shirt or buy a t-shirt for somebody, and there's actually a custom field that you can set that you could actually send it as a gift if you like. Say for instance, I'll just pick one of these products here. Now when you select edit, you'd be able to go into there and you'd be able to sort of change the information of your product, titles and meta tags and all that sort of thing. You can see here information, so it's got all the information about that particular fishing rod and all that sort of thing. But when you come down to here, okay, custom field, then you can actually add a field here, which you could probably call maybe a gift, and it'll be text, and you can have it required, add a custom field. So that's adding another one, but in there you can actually, and if we just go into preview, let me just have a quick look and just see if it added it. Okay, didn't quite add it. Go back here. We'll go save and see if it add. Okay, we need to get rid of this one here. That's what's stopping that. And then save. And we'll just try preview again. There you go. So you can, or you can have, put your message in there or whatever, and the address that you send it to, you could send it to someone who's having a birthday, or any sort of special occasion. You can add, have that custom field, and you can have whatever you want to sort of label it, or whatever you want to title it, and then you put your message there. And of course, that will come with the that'll go with the item to the the end, or the recipient, if you like, for that particular product. So that's just one of the little updates that have happened recently. But there's loads more. I know that John Garcia and Max Rovanov will be coming out with quite a few, because there's been a build-up of all updates. But the one I want to talk about in particular, I did actually talk about this way back, probably about maybe 2 months ago, and it was lulu.com, which is the actual book, print on demand books. And at that time, it wasn't fully integrated with Groove, but now they are. So it's pretty exciting. exciting news, because if you are someone who writes books, who is looking at maybe publishing your own book, you can do it with Groove. You can write a book and you can get it published. You can sell it as a hard copy, or you can sell it as an ebook, or both. Doesn't really matter. Okay, at the end of the day, it gives you that ability to be able to sell books. All right, now you could even do things like journals, your own journal type books, like your own diaries or anything like that. Magazines is another one. But the other thing with that is that if you do things like, say, magazines, or let's just say it's got something to do with your business or things, all that sort of thing, you might want to sort of do like a magazine, a monthly magazine that you send out to your clients, right? And then you can add them in as a subscription. So you can do things like that, or you can do paid subscriptions as well. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with GrooveKart now. So let's just go to, I'm going to exit out here. Let's just actually go to that. Now, to actually find where some of these third-party partners, if you like, I'll show you where to go. I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and we're going to go from there, because I want to make sure that you know where to go once you get into the administration dashboard of your GrooveKart store, and where you need to go from there. So we'll just go back here to the main. Go back to the main dashboard. Not that one, sorry. Go back to where we were before. So when you're actually in here, we need to find POD dropshippers. All right. So here's the main dashboard. We come over to settings. We come over to this left panel. We go up to products. Once we click on there, you'll see POD and dropshipping. POD stands for print on demand, and of course dropshipping. So once we click on there, it will take us to the types of, suppliers, or print on demand suppliers that we actually use. Now, I can tell you this much: at this stage, that's not fully working. They were working at some stage, so I'm not absolutely sure why, but I would just leave that for now until there's further updates about Layer App. With GK Connect, that is simply adds products from AliExpress into your GrooveKart. So it basically copies over everything that's on the AliExpress product page, and then you can modify it from there. You can change prices, you can do whatever you want, add more images, all those sorts of things. Cheesescape is another print on demand. Slingly is another print on demand, but of course they also do jewelry as well, like bracelets and all those sorts of things, and memorial bracelets. So that's quite a good one to look into. Shopify, not many people would use this one. It's kind of does similar to what GrooveKart does, but it just, what GrooveKart and GK Connect actually do. But it's there. Have a look into it. If you want to learn more, just click on the button there. Printful is probably one that's most people use. Now, of course, there's been a big call from our users. Hey, when can we get onto Printify? So remember, there's Printful and there's Printify. I get them mixed up sometimes, but at the moment we're only with Printful, but we are getting Printify, and apparently, according to John Garcia, that could happen in the next few months. So I'm excited about that and looking forward to it. Because there are some good pricing there too as well with Printify, and they actually have some other products that you can't really sort of get on Printful. So I go between the two. T-Launch, I'm going to miss out Lulu just for a sec. T-Launch is similar again. They print on demand, T-shirts, cups, you name it, they have it. But what they also do as well is actually like sporting goods such as basketballs, footballs, rugby balls. That's if anybody knows what rugby is. But they have a lot of different types of sporting sporting stuff that you can actually get things printed on. Now, what use cases could you do that for? Well, like little, I guess little what do you call it? Children's teams or things like that, or just social teams that you can actually get some logos printed on the boards and all that sort of thing. Now, here's the two other interesting things, and I've sort of looked into this now. John Garcia actually mentioned these today: Tiny Blender and Honeycomb. All right, so those two there are actually supplement white label drop shippers. So basically, they provide the supplements, the protein powder. Let's say if you've got a site that promotes fitness gear and as well as supplements, you could use that. Use any one of these two. There is a cost that comes with it, not from GrooveKart, but from them. It may be like a monthly subscription, but or something like that. But with anything that's white label, it's not cheap, but the dividends, the ROI is a lot higher, and you're then getting into a different niche market, which is the supplement market. So there'll be more about that coming out, and I'm sure in the next few months as well. So keep an eye on it. I'll be actually updating people as soon as it's actually ready to go and integrated. I actually know you won't be able to find it in there, but I did my own research and I looked into it and how I could actually even just start up with them now. But I'm going to wait for the integration because I think it's well worth waiting to see what sort of partnership evolves between Groove as well as them, because I know with things like Slingly, because of the partnership that Slingly had with Groove, we were able to get a lifetime membership with Slingly. So if you click on here, you can get the one-time payment, okay, and you can buy now if you like, and then so there's those type of things. So I'm not going to sign up individually on these sites just yet. I'm going to wait until and see what the integration with Groove turns out to be, and then I'll do that. The one that I wanted to cover was Lulu, because it's pretty exciting now with Lulu. You can now integrate. So when you go on, you won't see that on when you first look into this, right? You've got to switch this on. And once you switch it on, the cog on the right-hand side will appear. It takes a split second. You click on there, and if it's integrated, you'll see you'll see some of your products and all that listed in there that you choose. So you've got to get all this information. Now, this is what we couldn't get initially because we weren't fully integrated with Lulu. But once now that we are, you can actually get all that information and put it in here and save it, which means that now anything that you create in Lulu, you can actually transfer over into GrooveKart, have your own store, even if it's just a bookstore, just a full kitted out bookstore. You can have that there, or you can just be selling like as part of your, I guess your items on your store, like journals and all that sort of thing. So when that happens, when it does integrate and you send over the items to your store so that you can advertise it on your store, you should see them in here. Okay. Now this will integrate with, will connect with your Lulu store, and that way then any orders, you'll see them here as well. Now let me just show you Lulu. Let's go back here. And I'll just give you a bit of a rundown. It's not going to be a in-depth one, but we go there, we learn more. Now you need to sign up. So there is you can sign up with Lulu. So you register here and you follow all it's all pretty much self-explanatory really, but you follow all the process and you sign up. Now it's free to sign up. You don't have to pay anything. Well, as far as I know, because I didn't when I actually first signed up. In fact, I'm going to log in and to my account. And click on there. Okay. So now I'm in my account, and so there's places here where you can actually create. All right, so we're going to go to create. So create and self-publish. Now, the other thing about Lulu is that this is also a bookstore too as well. You can actually sell your books on here as well. So not only can you sell it on your site, but you can sell it on their site. So once you've actually published it and you've created it, you published it, then you can start selling on the Lulu site as well. So as you can see here are some of the different things you can do. You can do photo books, you can do notebooks, you can do calendars, you can do comic books, magazines, I mentioned that before, cookbooks. So hey, if you ever wanted to publish your own cookbook, now you have the opportunity, and it's not going to cost you a lot of money. In fact, with the whole thing of the drop shipping is, when someone purchases your item, then they will create it and they will send it out to your customer. So which means that there's no initial outlay before someone purchases it. Now, having said that, from my research before, you can actually buy bulk through Lulu as well if you wanted to, and get a whole lot of books delivered to you, where then you can actually just sell them at a market stall or something like that if you wanted to do that. All right, so and I think they give you a bit more of a different price. But if you wanted to do it sort of like no money down and start sort of selling your books without putting any sort of like prepayment in terms of like say a down deposit or a pre-purchase or whatever, you don't have to do that unless a client buys it off your site. Once you get paid, you pay Lulu, and Lulu will create the book and send it out to your customer. That's how it works. So that's how you can make money without actually investing money straight away. And of course, like yearbooks, I mean, these are handy, right? These are actually really quite cool things to do. Ebooks, of course, so you can do the whole ebook stuff as well, and also PDFs as well. But like I said, you can do ebook as well as the hard copy. You can do the both. All right, so that's the pretty exciting news. And at the end of the day, all we're wanting to do is that we're going to be connecting our store, our Lulu store, with our GrooveKart store. Now, this is in itself, I'm not going to go through how you do that because that's a sort of training in itself. Now that we can easily integrate, I'm going to do another training on Lulu where I'm going to show you how you can actually create and publish a book. We may have to break it up in 2 or maybe 3 parts. Create and publish a book, and how to actually integrate it into your website or to your GrooveKart site and start selling off there. So there's a couple of things that processes that I need to cover, and they take a bit of time. All right, then we'll also cover the registration side of things as well. But that's it on that. That was probably one of the major updates I wanted to talk about today, because I've been anticipating this coming soon, and now that it's here, because I know quite a few people just within the Groove community who are looking forward to this sort of thing as well. All right, now I just want to read some of the comments in there. Tyra, you're very active. Greetings, Kit. Yep, greetings, Kit. Good to have you here. Tyra, I know that the black is a new, so it's so it's the All Blacks, but you were close, Tyra. Yeah, the All Blacks. In fact, we got beaten by South Africa in the World Cup just recently. But how they won it is debatable. But anyway, I hope no one is South African out there. Love their pre-game celebration. Yeah, that's the haka. You're talking about the haka. Looking forward to the additional training and updates. Awesome. So that I'm going to stop it there in terms of the updates for GrooveKart. I'm just going to go on to some other stuff. I'm going to close some of these tabs actually, because I'm going to get confused otherwise. Now, Kit, from our conversation, if you're still there, I know that you're just coming back into Groove. You kind of started around about the same time with Groove. I was in 2019. I sort of got in when it first started, first launched, and you must have been not that long after me. So I know that this stuff here is all going to be kind of new for you. So But I just want to let you guys know what we do in terms of the Groove Asia .cm community. And if you can see my calendar there, hopefully you can all see that. Chaya, so sorry for the loss. Yeah, it wasn't bad as to the 2007 loss to France, to be quite honest, Tyler. So yeah, but anyway. Anyway, this is the calendar. You can, and I think if we can put it, if we can put that in the chat or whatever, or up on the screen there, Karen. But this is the link to the calendar that now, and it gives you an idea of what we've got going on in Groove Asia. So all the events, and as you can see, we're here today on the GLU, which is the Groove Leaders Unite, and today is the GrooveKart session that I have. Tomorrow is Karen, who's actually my PD. She's in the background. She's manning the controls for me, and she does the one on the Friday. And this is all in GMT plus 8 time. Okay, it's not PD or ET or even New Zealand. It's all done in GMT plus 8, and so yeah. That's the standard time we go by. But Karen has, she talks about different topics. Sometimes she can have people come on. It's kind of a bit of a podcast, if you like. It's just casual conversations about different things, and not necessarily just to do with Groove, but just to do with other things too, like health and well-being, or awareness, mental awareness, and all those sorts of things, mental health awareness. And then the one that I actually think it's a real bonus to Groove Asia, and that is the Groove Asia Power Hour. And if you can see Tyra in the comments there, she runs those, and it's twice a week. And I tell you now, the reason why it's called the Power Hour, it's an opportunity for you to become part of a group that is solely there to focus on whatever project they're working on. Okay, whether it be their website, whether it be their GrooveKart site, but it allows you that 1 hour to actually work on your that project. And believe me, it works. I can see why it's a power hour. Sometimes when I left to my own devices, I try and focus on one thing. Even for an hour, I kind of get distracted because, something's going on in the background, or my phone's beeping or whatever. But there, you know what you're there for, and it actually forces you to work on that stuff. And I kind of like that. And we have a little conversation before and after, but I kind of like that. And that's how effective it is. And I can understand now why it's called the Groove Asia Power Hour, because it is very powerful. So thank you, Tyra, for having those. And you've been doing it for so long now. It's been really cool. And I know you're gradually getting quite a few people joining in those groups. So, Kit, if there's a few things that you need to work on, join them there. And that's actually 9 a.m. GMT plus 8, which I believe if it was Eastern time, it's something like either 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I'm not sure with the daylight savings side of things, but yeah. So if you want to join that, by all means. Pretty much, where's the link for that? If you go to the calendar, you'll see where the Zoom link is. So you can actually copy and paste that into your browser, and you can go to the Power Hour. All right. Now, one of the other things, so you can see here, we've got Sales and Leadership Mastery and Build to Sell. These are actually just we're halfway through the Build to Sell. So you're only really going to get a half the information. So you're not going to really sort of get up to speed on this one. But I want to talk about the next event, which is coming up this weekend. And this is the Eventbrite lead generation for newbies. Now, if you've never used Eventbrite, then you need to be on this, because John Chong, who is the CEO and founder of iSummit, he will be going over how you get started with Eventbrite and how you can utilize it to generate organic leads. So let me just read from here. We extend a warm invitation to our upcoming training session where we will unveil the tried and true techniques for you to kickstart your journey of capturing organic top-tier leads at absolutely zero cost, all through Eventbrite. Okay, so the registration link is there. So when you get to the calendar, click on the event, and then you'll get the link there to sign up. Now, I believe it's a free event, so sign up to it and be part of that. That goes for, you be prepared. It's going to be a long day, but that's going to go for about 7 hours, and but it's going to be 7 hours of impactful information, right? And it can make all the difference to your business. And so that's this Saturday. And it says here, feel free to extend this invitation to your friends, partners, and loved ones by sharing the link above. And also too, as well, if you have business colleagues, for me, that's something that I would, I belong to a group now. I don't know if Kit, know this group, but it's the BNI International. So it's the Business Networking International. It started off in the US back in 1986, I think it was. And it's the largest business networking group throughout the world. And we've got one here in my city. And there's a lot of business owners in there that I know that they'll be able to get value from this. So I'm going to put it in our WhatsApp chat for our group and extend that invitation to them. So mark your calendars, okay? So like I said, it's this Saturday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. GMT +8. Yes, Tyra, you're registered. I'm registered. I'm excited. John is such a great speaker and presenter too as well. International, really. He's an international speaker, and he's rubbed shoulders with some very, very famous international speakers such as Richard Branson and Michael. Richard Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I always had problems trying to say his name. But anyway, look. Aside from that, get on to that, okay? I just want to mention something else that's coming up, and it's kind of a bit of a plug for me. I mean, we've got our usual stuff happening every week, the Power Hour, the GRUs. There's actually another GRU next Wednesday, and that's Courses and Communities, and that's by Nick Lacani, and he's from England. He's Manchester, I think, and he will be doing those as well. So he does his own GRUs. So between the three of the three GRUs, we're delivering some really, really awesome content, right? On Tuesday next week, we have the Groove Coaching. Now, this is an opportunity, and if you're not aware of what this is all about, it's an opportunity for you to come for about an hour, and we're going to have Groove coaches like myself and Karen Allen and Nick and a few others are going to be there, and we're going to help you with your questions, anything that's happening with your like your, I guess, websites, where you are, what stage you're at, and what kind of sort of challenges you're coming across. That's going to be hosted by Ching Yu. He's also one of the co-founders and partners to Simon Leong and John Chong in the Groove Asia, and as well as iSummit organizations. So come along to those. They are at 11 a.m. On GMT +8, which I know is a bit late in the US. I think it'd be around about either 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. But if you can make it, come along. I'm just going to try and get rid of that. I don't know why it's not even. Anyway, but yeah. So those are the sorts of things that are happening just consistently throughout the week. There's another one coming up, and I don't actually see it in there. I did actually get told about it. And that's on the 18th. Now, if you see up here, we had GrooveKart e-commerce dropshipping last weekend, and I did a 7-hour event just explaining or walking through some of the stuff that you can actually do with e-commerce. My experience has been with e-commerce. I've been doing it since late 2006, early 2007. In terms of e-commerce, I've done I've done drop shipping. I've done eBay. I've done Amazon, and there's a few other different sites as well. Some of you might have heard about it, and that's Kibo Code. So I've done quite a few different strategies and all that sort of thing. I've drop shipped mainly over in the US, and I'm in New Zealand. And and if you're outside of the US, you can definitely do business in the US. So you don't have to be from the US to do business there. So yeah, I mean, of course, it's always good if you can do it in your own country. Like if you're in the UK, there's plenty of drop shippers in the UK. There's plenty of drop shippers in Australia. And then of course, like China is not the only place that you can source stuff. You can source stuff from India, Turkey, Vietnam is actually really cool as well. Taiwan, believe it or not, Taiwan are back in the mix now. I'm sure it's about as old as I am, if you remember the Made in Taiwan thing. So there's a load of different places now that you can get really good products, right? And you can start looking at drop shipping, or you can do things like what I did, like what I used to do with Amazon, is just buy bulk and then just sell locally from my website. But that's kind of like you get stuck with stock. So you want to think down the drop shipping side of things. So I try and I cover some of the use cases when it comes to GrooveKart e-commerce. E-commerce and drop shipping, because there are a few different ways that you can utilize it. All right, and so now, so that would be on the 18th. I'm kind of doing the repeat of what I did on the 4th, on the 18th. It's not actually in there, but I'm sure we'll get that up there in the next sort of few days. Following that, following that is the following weekend on the 25th and the 26th of this month is so this is all the pre events is the build up to the 2-day event, where I actually go through everything about GrooveKart, how to set up your store, how to where to look for products, what to look for, what type of niches, how to do your research when it comes to selecting your niche or your product. We cover things like SEO, keywords, long tail keywords, meta titles, meta tags, OGs, titles, OG descriptions. If you don't know what that is, you need to be part of that session, of that 2-day session. But this is a paid event, right? So this is 2-day paid event. It's pretty reasonable considering the type of information you're going to get. But the other thing is that we're going to build our store together, where you'll be able to start selling at least 1 or 2 products straight off the bat. Okay, so you'll be able to actually have your store finished, completed, and with at least 2 products, or 1 or 2 products, ready to start selling. Now, you might think, well, what use is just 1 product? If you select your product really well, there's actually there's a huge amount of benefit in that, because then you can start marketing around that product. So you can actually start looking at a target audience that would want that product. So that's the benefit of it. So there's it's not unusual to actually get a 1 product website, and you start off with that, okay, and then you start building up your next product. Before you know it, you've got a website that's got quite a few products on there that are selling. It's all about making sure, or finding a product that after you've done all the sort of work and trying to do the research and everything else that we'll go through, is that you'll sell that product time and time and time again. All right. So we're looking for products that are actually not seasonal and, kind of evergreen. They just won't go out of date. I'll give you an example. Journals, notebooks, they're awesome products to actually continue to sell and sell and sell. And you can come out with different designs on the notebook. So this is where that Lulu comes into it, right? That's an awesome, that's actually just come in time for this 2-day event, because that would be something that I'll be teaching at the 2-day event as well, how to get your book together and start selling it through GrooveKart. So those are the sorts of things you want to look for, evergreen products that people will continue to buy on a regular basis. It's not condoned by season. All right. And now it might be a low ticket item, but the amount of turnover that you can get with that particular item is huge. All right. So, and then you could even go as far as reaching out to different niches. You might have journals with like abstract designs, that appeal to aspiring artists, or things like that. You might have someone who's into their technology, so you might have a journal that's got an AI type sort of design on it. Just a couple of ideas, just thinking off the top of my head. All right, so those are the sorts of things that you can actually look into. So it makes it quite fun. When we talk about how much turnover can you actually get with a one product, I gave this example at my last event over the weekend. I was part of a group, not within the Groove Asia, but it was a group that I belonged to quite a few years ago. And we all had some challenges, and we had to select a niche. We had to select the product of that niche, and we had to list it and start selling it. Okay, so one of the members from one of the teams, he listed his product. I don't know what the product was, because he didn't tell us. We were told not to sort of give that information of what type of product was sold, obviously, because that's, you did all the hard work, so you don't want to really share your success in that sense with anybody else, because you did all the hard work. It's up to everybody else to find your own product, right? And one afternoon, he sold $10,000 of that particular product. And his phone, because he had notifications coming to his phone to let him know when there was a sale, and it was ringing off the hook, and he was working that day, his phone was constantly just ringing, because it was sale after sale after sale after sale. And as far as I know, at that point, when I think it was mid-afternoon, probably later in the afternoon, he was up around about the $10,000 US. That's just in one day, right? And I think one of the comments that he put in the chat was he was going to go and quit his job. Anyway, that's hey, we'd all love to get to that, right? To that point. But the harsh reality is not always like that. But it does come down to the product that you select. Okay, and we're going to go through how you actually do that and how you can find a successful product. All right, so that's me, guys. Just having a look at some of these comments here. Purchase months of GrooveKart training soon, or okay, cool, Karen. I wonder, was that link put into that actually? Okay, cool, awesome. All right, so that's me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today. It was useful information, and I actually look forward to seeing you guys at my next sort of e-commerce training. And so stay well, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.